Hey, are you ready? It's Vegas Weekly, January 16th, 2021, happening right now. Okay, so we're back. Got an interesting show today. I wouldn't say necessarily fun, but we lost a couple of Vegas legends this week, so I thought I'd talk a little bit about their lives. Thanks to all the folks who checked out Wednesday's little short video or photo montage. I liked putting it together. I thought it was fun doing the voiceovers. I may do January's trip this week. I think quite a few more photos there, and so we may do that. Definitely, appreciate your feedback. If you enjoy content like that, let me know. I do think it's kind of fun to put together and look back on trips. Particularly, we don't necessarily have a trip in the immediate future, although we're still looking at the end of February, looking pretty good there. So. In addition, PJ's segment today, which was suggested by the one and only Ace of Vegas, so shout out to Eric, our friend there, for that. He's going to talk about the essential things you need for a home bar. Should be fun. And of course, we'll have a Vegas tip or trick, and then we'll sail out of here, hopefully within the 15 to 20 minute mark. We're trying to keep things a little more compact this year. If you're joining us for the first time, hey, stick around. Hope that you enjoy what we have to share with you today. If you do, please hit that like button, comment, let us know that you're watching, and please consider subscribing to the channel. We are closing in on 1,500 subscribers now. Now, PJ, honest to God, great little segment in the Facebook group this week, trying to encourage more people to subscribe, and I certainly would appreciate that. But I think we're a long ways from 10,000 subscribers. So, but if you know, like 8,500 people who might want to subscribe, hey, share the video with them, and hopefully they will. So this week, as I mentioned earlier, we lost two people who honestly could be described as Las Vegas legends. We lost Siegfried of the Siegfried and Roy, and we lost Sheldon Adelson, a controversial Las Vegas figure, but one I thought we should talk about, the mastermind of the Venetian, the Sands Convention Center, one of the richest men in the world. We mentioned just last week that he had decided to step away from the day-to-day operations of the Venetian to receive treatment for the non-Hodgkin's lymphoma that he was suffering from, and just a few days later we heard that he had passed away. Now, Sheldon was an entrepreneur very early on in life. He made and lost many fortunes, but his big break was the Comdex convention, which he and a number of other people put together. It was a very big convention show in Las Vegas for a number of years. He finally sold that off to a Japanese company, and he became filthy rich. And one of the first things he did when he became filthy rich was he purchased the Sands Hotel and Casino, one of the most legendary properties in the city. And he built the first privately run convention center anywhere, and still one of the largest convention centers anywhere in the world, the Sands Convention Center. He had an inspiration a few years later on a trip to Venice, creating a themed property, and that was very big back in those days, in the early to mid 90s. And so the Sands bit the dust, and the Venetian came to pass. One of the largest hotels anywhere in the world, certainly one of the most beautiful properties, at least particularly the public areas are absolutely amazing. And a great success story there. He would go on to open hotels in Macau and Singapore, and even though there were some difficulties financially in the late 2000s with the financial downturn, when he passed away, Adelson was, I believe, considered one of the top 30 richest men in the world. Now, you can argue that perhaps he didn't always spend his resources wisely. He was a big supporter of the state of Israel. In fact, he was Jewish, and he was actually buried in Jerusalem just a day or two ago. So you have to respect his affection for Israel and for his heritage. But in the past 25 years or so, particularly after he had a number of run-ins with labor unions, Adelson became increasingly more and more conservative and continued to donate more and more money to conservative causes. Curiously enough, he is a very strong opponent of internet gambling. He fought that. Very strong opponent of any kind of marijuana legalization. Fought that. And in recent years, he was the biggest donor of our current sitting president, not for very many more days. So Adelson was controversial, and certainly his politics were very controversial, but he was a huge piece of Las Vegas history, and the Venetian is a tremendous monument to his vision. So we certainly wish the best to his family and his friends, and rest in peace, Sheldon. He had an interesting life. 87 years old. So there you go. And of course, the other gentleman we lost this week was Siegfried of Siegfried and Roy, one of the truly iconic shows in the history of Las Vegas. I'd be hard-pressed to name 5 shows in the history of the city that were as influential, were as prominent. Of course, we saw them in Vegas Vacation. They continue to be immortalized with a statue in front of the Mirage. The little road that leads to the Mirage parking garage is now Siegfried and Roy Road or Avenue or whatever it is. And the secret gardens of Siegfried and Roy continue to exist, and I suspect will for some time. They started out in Las Vegas in the early 90s at the Frontier, and then they would move over to the Mirage, where again they would become an absolute phenomenon. The show ended, sadly, as a result of a terrible incident in which the White Tiger Montecore attacked Siegfried's partner, both in life and on stage, Roy Horn. He was severely injured, never really became the same, but survived at least until this past May, when he too would pass away. And now we have seen Siegfried join him. Again, one of the most amazing shows in the history of Las Vegas, and 2 great people. And so we definitely wish Siegfried, his family and friends the best, and rest in peace to a Vegas, truly a Vegas legend. Okay, all that being said, we still have many Vegas legends. One of them is our own PJ of PJ's Slots and Cocktails. We'll put a link to his channel there. He's moved most of his cocktail content to that channel, so you'll want to check that out. And you'll want to check out his segment for today, which offers some good advice for people setting up their own bar at home. So, PJ, do what you do best. Thanks, man.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another fabulous episode of Cocktail of the Week with your host and not a professional bartender, PJ. Let's watch and see what fabulous cocktail PJ is whipping up for us today.
Oh, hello, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing? John, hey, thanks again for another fabulous introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, this week we're going to change things up. I'm not going to prepare a drink for you. Instead, I am going to give you a list of 10 home spirits you should have for your home bar here on Cocktail of the Week. Are you ready? Of course you are. Let's get started, shall we? I got 10 items here that I have in my home bar, obviously, because here I am in my home bar with these 10 items. You may change yours up just a little bit depending on your taste, but here we go with mine. First thing we're going to have is a little gin. I like a little Bombay Sapphire gin. And then you need to have some white rum. Here we go. I like Captain Morgan's white rum. With that, you want a little dark rum. Whatever your flavor is. I seem to like Myers. And vodka. Gotta have some vodka. A little Smirnoff's here, but you can go with whatever you want. If you're making a lot, you never know. Whiskey. It's tough to beat Jack. Tequila. I like a little silver Patron. Coconut rum. A lot of you use Malibu. I do too. I wanted to try this Parrot Bay. It's awfully sweet, but you do want some kind of a coconut rum in your house. Also, triple sec. Triple sec. Good stuff. Not real strong, but it goes in a lot of drinks. A lot of drinks you'll be using that, so that's something you want to have. Vermouth. Whether it's dry or sweet, I have a dry vermouth. Also, after you're opening this bottle, make sure you refrigerate it, because you go back to it down the road, you're not going to enjoy the taste of that. And last but not least, Campari. If you're making Negronis, you'll know you'll want this. Negroni is a popular drink, so not with me, but it still is. You're going to have Campari. That's good in a few other drinks. So ladies and gentlemen, there you have 10 bottles that you should have in your home bar. Mix it up a little bit, you might have a little something different. Also, I could have added a whole bunch more. There's a lot of things I don't have on here. I don't have any Kahlua. I don't have rum chata, which you guys know I like. I don't have any of the liquors. Those are all extra bottles. But as far as the home spirits go, with these 10, you'll be able to make just about any drink you can imagine. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, before I leave you today, I just want to remind you all to do a couple of things. First of all, thumbs up. Thumbs up. Lots of thumbs up. John works hard on this show. Also, leave a comment down below. Tell them how much you enjoy Vegas Weekly. And, of course, my segment, Cocktail of the Week. And, ladies and gentlemen, and this goes out to all the members of our Facebook group, Vegas Tips and Tricks. We have over 16,000 members now. Come back. Subscribe. If every one of you guys subscribe, we'll have John over 10,000 in one day. One day, you're all on the channel. You're enjoying the information that's out there. You can't get better information than from the source himself, John. So hit that subscribe button. We'll be at 10,000 by next episode. You can do it. I know you can. And by hitting that subscribe button, which should be right about here somewhere, you will put John over 10,000. And I know we can do it. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, as always, please, please, drink responsibly. If you have any questions, you can leave that in the comments section too. If you want me to make a special drink, or if you would like to be a guest bartender on Cocktail of the Week, let John know. Let me know. We'll get you on. We love having other people on there. Plus, I get a week off. All right, with that, John, back to you, sir. Thanks again for having me. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I have no drink to walk off with, but I can walk off with this. Peace. And 2021 is getting better every day.
Thank you for watching Vegas Weekly and Cocktails of the Week. Stay tuned for another fabulous cocktail coming up soon.
All right, thanks to PJ so much for that video. Good information there. Always appreciate his support and all he does for the channel. We do have a guest mixologist next week, so we're going to give TJ or PJ a week off. You definitely want to check out what we're going to have coming up next week with somebody we've seen before, and I think you'll enjoy what he is bringing to the table. I guess that's the only hint we're giving you, isn't it? So there you go. All right, so the Vegas tip or trick of the week, and you know this is a quickie because we've been just doing quickies, honestly, but definitely if you're thinking about going to Vegas sometime in the next few months, you need to really check your emails. You need to go ahead and get on the websites and look at what's going on out there. Just this past week, a couple of deals have come my way, which really was surprised. Had an email from the Win. I played a little bit of the Win. You've seen some of the videos, some of the bonuses I've gotten there, so it's fine. But basically, buy one night, get one night free, and the one night you buy is like $99. So you played it all at the Win as a result of staying there from the app. I wanted to check that out. And today I got an offer from the Plaza. Kind of blew me away. 3 free nights at the Plaza. Wasn't any restrictions. Didn't say Sunday through Thursday or anything like that. So I still have to pay the resort fee, but definitely might take advantage of this. And as I mentioned before, the M Life offers are really impressive right now. And I suspect if you played anywhere with the, at all over the past 3 to 6 months, it is definitely worth finding out if you have some free or deeply discounted rooms, because there's a pretty good chance that you do. All right. As you can see, we are not in the studio. We're actually in my bedroom, just finishing up this video. And again, thanks to all of the people who check this out every week. It's not thousands and thousands of people, but it's dozens and dozens of people. And I continue to really appreciate your support, appreciate your comments, and hopefully we will continue to see those. And of course, we will be back with, I think we'll be back with some sort of video on Wednesday. That's what we're trying to do now. And we will be back next Saturday, the 23rd, with another episode of Vegas Weekly, a special guest mixologist. So you'll want to tune in for that. Until then, I hope that you have a great and lucky week. Take care of yourself, and we will see you soon.